Most families don't move to a life care plan because they planned. They move because something finally broke. Health, safety, or the caregiver, as it normally goes. And by the time they call my office, they're not asking if it's time, they're asking why they didn't do this sooner. I'm Adam Berk. I'm an estate planning attorney and life care planning specialist here in Nashville. And today I want to talk about something I see every single week, when it's time to change or move to a life care plan. This is not about giving up independence. It's really about protecting it before a crisis takes away that choice from you. Let me tell you about a real family. Names changed, obviously, but the situation is very real. Mary was in her late 70s. She lived alone, sharp, independent, and very proud of it. Her kids thought everything was fine because she insisted that it was. But one day Mary fell, unattended, with no family or caregivers in sight, and she was unable to get up for nearly 2 days. After her family finally found her, she was then hospitalized, and the trek downhill shortly began from there. When families ask me, how do we know it's time? I tell them to look for patterns, not just one bad day. Key signs it may be time to talk to someone about a life care plan are the following. First, serious health changes. A diagnosis like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, a stroke, or even cancer can change the future really fast. Second, declining physical ability. Falls, trouble walking, getting weaker. If the daily tasks are becoming risky, it's a bad sign. Third, loss of activities of daily living. If someone cannot consistently handle 2 or more of the basics like bathing or dressing or getting out of bed, that's normally a major red flag. Fourth, cognitive changes. Very important. Things like confusion, memory loss, or if they're getting lost while driving familiar routes. Fifth, caregiver burnout. When a spouse or adult child is exhausted, overwhelmed, or sacrificing their own health, that's normally not sustainable. In Mary's case, it wasn't just her health. It was the moment her family realized that they could not do this alone anymore. Due to extreme caregiver burnout, they finally called our office. And that's usually when families come in. Not calm, not confident, but really scared. Here's what I want you to hear. The best time to create or move to a life care plan is before the crisis. Ideally, we start these conversations in our 50s or 60s, or at retirement, whenever that may be, or after a major life change like losing a spouse or getting divorced. Because planning early gives you options, financially, medically, and legally. For some families, this also means moving into a life plan community, sometimes called a continuing care retirement community, a CCRC. Most people who do this successfully move between the ages of 75 and 84, while they're still healthy enough for independent living. Waiting too long, though, can mean fewer choices, or sometimes no choices at all. Here is the bottom line. If you're asking whether it might be time, it probably is. Life care planning is not about fear. It's about control, stability, and protecting your family from unnecessary stress. If you're noticing these signs, one of them or all of them, or you just want to plan while you still can, please reach out to us. Schedule a consult. Have the conversation now while you still have the ability to make the choice. Because the best life care plan is the one that you create before you need it.